If you're not able to trust when you're young, if you can't trust authority figures, if you can't trust the police, you can't trust a minister, a priest, a rabbi, whoever it is that you're dealing with, what's going to happen when you get older? You're going to doubt everybody. You're going to always think that somebody has an agenda. And if you want to, you'll be able to find everybody has an agenda because that's the cycle in your brain. That's me. When people would make nice comments to me in the past, I always think, oh, they're a liar. They're full of shit. I see myself different physically. I also see myself different intellectually. And then you realize, okay, you got to step back and look at it. We have to help our kids. And that's the important thing that I'm going to reiterate in this show is there's got to be better ways to do it. We have to help the parents. You have so many parents out there that are overworked, that are stressed, that work 40 hours a week, that come home, that can't do things for their kids. They don't have the time. They don't have the money. Now, a lot of times it's an excuse, but many times it's real. You have schools that have after school programs. They give free lunch. They give free breakfast. Have you seen the meals? Now, I'm not knocking it because it is something the kids get. The nutrition aspect is just ridiculous. There's nothing in it that's nutritional. So the kids don't know. So if you grow up eating the certain foods the schools are giving, what are you going to eat? You're going to eat that the rest of your life. Because what does it do? It becomes a comfort food. It becomes something that you like, something that tastes good, something that's nurturing to you emotionally and physically, but not nurturing to your mind, your body, and your spirit, or your health. That's why we live in a country where there's a lot of health issues, such as obesity. I'm not blaming the food industry on obesity because at a certain time, we know we make our choices. When I was 100 pounds more than I am today, I made those choices. I knew the food wasn't good for me, but I knew damn well it made me feel good. I didn't like any bite of it. It was a nurturing aspect. I'm one of those people that love to go out and watch other people eat and get satisfaction that they're enjoying it, that they're loving it. Now, when I ate, I hated me. I hated the food. I hated the minute after. It was a love-hate, but mostly a hate thing. So we are building a society that is not responsible for those that are coming before us, and that's important. The medical industry, look at all the drugs. Now, there's wonderful drugs, and they do help. I don't take away from that. There are people who need them. But how many people are over-medicated? How many doctors over-medicate because you get paid? How many doctors and therapists recommend a drug? The person doesn't have the symptoms. We should educate kids, colleges, high schools on mental health and talk about the diagnosis and talk about the symptoms. And if you have the symptoms, then be able to reach out to somebody. That's the problem in this country is we don't look at it as A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We go 1 to 9, 9 to 8, 8 to 7, 1 to 100. We don't try and put it in order. Goals are an amazing thing, but remember this. Many people set goals. If they don't achieve it, they feel like they failed. They feel like it's not going to happen. You have so many laws that are passed, and you have all these politicians. It's really great. We got this law passed. We're going to do this. The money's there, but where does the money actually go? You think about it. Weight Watchers is a huge organization. Oprah Winfrey's been part of it for years. Do you think she did it for free? I'm pretty sure not. Ozempic, this new weight loss, I believe, if I'm somewhat educated, it was for diabetes. There are people taking it that don't need it. There are people taking it to lose weight. You have doctors prescribing because from my simple understanding, it's got to be a prescription. So when we have people in the public eye who are getting paid to be a sponsor, and you know what? She probably needed it. It probably did help her at some point. But if you look at the results and you look how someone's life is, and you see the up and down, up and down, up and down, how is that someone that you can look at and say, gee, I want to be like her? Gee, I support what she does. What she does is really working. It's about sales. Everything's about sales. Every diet book, every mental health book, every self-help book, everybody wants something. And there is people in this society who do care. You have to make a living. I'm not taking away from that. But we got to have a better way to do this in schools. We have to educate. We've got to educate the parents. How are you going to help a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old? They've not developed mentally. Their brains haven't, their ability to learn, their ability to function. But if they're at a home where mom and dad are depressed, mom and dad are yelling, mom and dad are screaming, there's not a lot of food, they take on a personality that's related to them because they mirror the family. So how do we work? We need to help parents. We need to reach out to parents and have programs that bring the parents in. People are going to say, oh, it's not possible. Anything is possible. Because here, like, you give me an opportunity. It's my decision whether or not I'm going to take advantage. There it is. But again, if you're going to set up these fucking programs, you have to have people qualified, not someone who just wants to do it. People who really make a difference. One of the big things that frustrate me when you go to self-help groups, all these AA, OA, NA, AA, ASS, all that stuff. You have people up there talking, and some of them are magnificent. They do live the life, but you have people who some people don't want to hear, some people do want to hear. It's take what you can get from someone that helps you. What you like, take it, use it. Now, it doesn't mean that's always right, but you got to figure out ways. You got to stumble before you can walk. You know, you've got to continuously look for the right things. So we need to figure it out. We need to help the families. We need to have programs that work with mom and dad. We need to have programs that let them know, here's what you're going through. Here's how we can help you, because we want to help the kids. We don't want to med up kids, but there are corporations out there. They med the kids up. Now, the corporations are for profit. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But we have to have guidelines that stipulate when kids or can't take drugs, who can provide the drugs, who can do this. I mean, right now, psychiatrists can give prescriptions. So can a general practitioner. Last time I checked, I deal with general practitioners, and I deal with, doctors that are MDs. Not a lot of them have any idea about mental health, but they're given mental health meds. How does that work? Doesn't work for me, and I know it doesn't work for some of the people I talk to, because I'm like, well, have you ever seen a therapist? No. Have you ever seen a psychiatrist? No. Have you ever had a psych evaluation? No. My baby's doctor gave it to me because I told him I was depressed. Now, what the fuck?